Please give a very warm welcome to Mr. Karthic Bala.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here in ancient Sofia to talk about an ancient media company, which is Conde Nast. It's about 125 years old. So today I want to talk to you about how this company, the markets that disrupted this company, and how we are taking this company forward to kind of take it to the next generation to make it relevant in the future. So what is Condé Nast in the business of doing? Fundamentally, we are in the business of converting prospects into paying customers. We are a marketing company, we create content, and for the last 100 years, like I said, we've created very high quality editorial content. We built some awesome brands and built a distribution network that enabled us to make a lot of money. So fundamentally, what does that mean? We spent a lot of money to get the most creative talent. We built a network, like in newsstands and everywhere else, in homes, to build a company that obviously we created a barrier for entry for others, so we could build a company that made a lot of money for us. Then our market got disrupted. So, like I said, our biggest advantage was our distribution network and the fact that we hired a lot of high-value influencers to build content that nobody can replicate. And then the web came along, completely disrupted our distribution network. Now everybody could distribute content anywhere. And social media companies came along, and they took away our influence. So anybody with a bunch of, let's say, 1,000 followers was now an influencer. So our market got completely disrupted, and we needed to figure out how to change ourselves and make us relevant for the future. And to do that, we kind of looked at some of the companies which I call as digital disruptors. These companies shifted the value chain completely from the biggest barrier to entry and moved it closer to the customer. So for example, let me explain. Uber, the biggest advantage companies had was owning taxis. Uber came in, disrupted that industry and said, I'm moving closer to the customer, completely shifted the value chain, and then made it easier for people, and that whole value chain of owning a taxi went away. Same thing with Airbnb. Owning hotels was irrelevant anymore. WeWork did the same thing for office space. Amazon, as you all know, did that for retail space. So these companies shifted the value chain, and the business model got disrupted. And what they actually did was built a data-driven platform very close to the customer, moving away from the barriers to entry that previously existed. So what did we do? To be able to survive in this new world, we looked at these digital disruptors, and we said, what can we learn from them? So what did we have? We had a lot of first-party data. So meaning the content that we created, people engaged with that, their subscribers, online behavior, social media data, transactional data, all of this information we had. So we realized we have a lot of first-party data. And then what else did we have? We had real connections with real people. We had scale. We had about 150 to 200 million people across the world. We have a very trusted environment. So basically, our environment is not like where people come and there's no fake news. It's all our content we've created. We have a very trusted environment. And last but not the least, we have an opinion. Platform companies that disrupted us, they're supposed to be neutral. They cannot have an opinion. If they have an opinion, they get into trouble, like all of these things with Cambridge Analytica and all of that stuff, where you cannot really say what you feel, but we had the opinion, and we said we have all of this information that we can build. And we have a lot of first-party data. So we took all of this and kind of looked at ourselves and said, what can we do with all of this information? So, like I said, we have a lot of first-party data. Then we said, we want to build the most trusted environment in the world, and we want to be the best partner for our marketers. That's what we decided to do. So what does that mean? It means all of this stuff. So we use technology. Again, technology could be a barrier. We said we use all the technology that we can have to kind of build all of these things. So I'm going to go back one slide if I can. So what does this all mean? We looked at our content. HAL is a system that enables us to look at our content and analyze every piece of content. Every user had an ID. We looked at everything they did on our sites using Spire. We built a modeling tool and a delivery mechanism. So all of this actually led to this platform called Spire, which is a personalization tool. What this essentially does is takes all our data, analyzes it, figures out, and the fundamental purpose of this tool is to delight the customer. Every channel that they're interacting with, print, email, social, video, TV, anything you can touch, and primarily activate the audience and amplify the audience. And all of this is built primarily for performance, and performance here means engagement. So we wanted to delight our customers and engage with them and make them relevant and kind of work with them at every step of the way. So I said a lot of things. I just want to give you a relevant example of how this all worked. So Conde Nast, like I said, has a lot of magazines. And as we look at our audience, they're getting older. So what do old people need? Whether you like it or not, they need healthcare. But Condé Nast was not a health brand. We had lifestyle, we had fashion, we had beauty, we had various things that are not health. So what we did was, we wanted to disrupt this industry and kind of look at the other disruptors that I talked about earlier and do something similar. So what we decided to do was get into the healthcare space, provide healthcare content to our users who needed healthcare information. But again, that's expensive to build. Building content takes years. We had no healthcare content. So what we did was we partnered with Mayo Clinic. Mayo Clinic is a huge hospital system in the United States, and they have tons of content that they create to educate their patients. We said, okay, let's partner with them and create their content in. Like I said, our biggest barrier to entry here was content creation. We disrupted that. We said, let's not worry about content creation. Let's find someone who has content and work with them. The next thing was to make this content relevant to our audience, which are lifestyle-based. And to do that, we kind of hired a very surgical group of editors who can take this content and make it more lifestyle-oriented. So I'll give you a simple example of what this looks like. I guess that doesn't work. But let me try and explain that video. Fundamentally, it's taking all kinds of healthcare information like breast cancer. Those were a couple of breast cancer. There was a person who's a breast cancer survivor, talks about this person, makes it relevant to them, and gives them information that they need. And then we partnered with data companies like IQVIA and Crossix. These companies had a lot of healthcare data. We brought it all together and launched a healthcare business, which again, started off as nothing, like I said. We didn't have a healthcare business. And then we ended up with tens of millions of dollars that we generate every year now. Right now, this is one of our most successful businesses. Again, look at it through the lens of Condé Nast. We're a fashion company. We've taken our content and built a healthcare business. So what does this all mean? We've taken all of this information, we've gathered it together. So what does this mean for us as a company and any other company that's out there in the media space, or any other business for that matter of fact? We've now shifted our business from being just a content creator and an advertising company to become a data enrichment company. What does that actually mean? We take all the information that we have, our customers' data, and then we partner with them every day. So basically, every step of the function right now we do, right from content creation, we advise them on what content they need to create. We advise them on where to distribute this content. We find the right influencers for them. So we're no longer just a media company. We took our data, built a platform, enabled our partners to get more and more information to make them successful. So that's how we shifted this company. And it's all about collecting, analyzing, modeling, segmenting, and then providing this data back to our customers to make them more successful in anything they do. So to summarize, what we've done is looked at the digital disruptors, moved away from the traditional barriers to entry, used our data as a relevant mechanism, or weaponized our data to make it relevant for our partners, and built a system that enabled our partners to be successful in every step of the way. Hopefully this will resonate with some of your businesses. And again, like I said, if you can take all of this data and make it relevant for your partners, focus on them, hopefully you'll make a lot of money too. Thank you.